I never see people talk about this right here, and I guess I'm the only one that noticed this. And it's very slick. It's very, very slick. Very slick how 2K does this. And I guess I'm gonna call this video um, "Fouling Out of Convenience," right, or something like that. So check it out. Now, oftentimes what happens, or I won't say oftentimes, it's not necessarily rare, but it does happen enough, right? So I got a guy right here. He's supposed to be guarding him, right? But he wants to double team my man's right here because, he's typically torturing the ass from this area, right? So he takes his sights off of my guy right here, and he wants to come over here and guard me, right? But when he does that, see, this is a guy right here who is also going to torture you from this area, that long mid-range 3-point area, right? And also just driving to the rack. And the algorithm understands this fatal flaw, this fatal mistake right here, right? So sometimes what they'll do is they will trigger a foul to happen to prevent. It is not going to be an intentional foul. They're not going to trigger an intentional foul. They're going to trigger, just a second. They're going to trigger like a reaching foul animation. All right, so it's not an actual reaching foul. It's a triggered, reaching foul animation, right? Turned it up so you can actually hear the whistle being blown. So check it out. Now pay attention to when the whistle was blown. The whistle was blown far before he ever touched me. You see that? All because of what? They understand he's wide open. He's wide open. Right? So that thing is, oh shit. Don't allow this to play out how it's about to play out, because he's just going to give him the ball. And that's a bucket. That's an easy bucket. They go on to 3 or they go into mid-range, especially if he goes mid-range, which is where he was going. All right? So they trigger a foul in order to prevent that easy assist from occurring. All right? Now, this happens a few times throughout the game, but it's not as frequent as a lot of the other things that I talk about, because it only happens, once again, in convenience, right? At certain moments like this right here, where the algorithm understands there's an easy bucket coming off an assist. So you would get a foul. Not an intentional foul, but they'll trigger a foul animation, a reaching foul. That's why you see it's like he just ticked into the animation. He didn't gradually go into a reaching foul. It was like automatic, and the whistle was blown far before he ever even touched me, because it was a predetermined outcome. Right? Because what? Once again, I had an easy assist right here. They didn't want that to happen. So slow the game down by hacking this dude. Right? But anyway, peace.